Hey everyone. Hey, can I show you something? I wasn't planning to show this. Um, when Vieng was talking about side quests in development, it reminded me about a conversation the engineering team at Jam had at dinner like 2 months ago. We were talking about how like sometimes you're just like writing code and you need to do something like very simple, like basics for encode something, and then the website you use looks like this, and we're like, okay. And it's like filled with ads, which will load at some point. There we go. And so we were like, what if we made better ones that we could use? And so for the last 2 months, every single time a developer at Jam needed one of these tools, we would just build it. And so now we have our own little internal site with like Command K, and like it's all fast and ad free and lightweight. And we're going to launch it in 2 days so everyone else can use it and add tools to it. It's all open source. And we're trying to figure out like, how do we thank people for adding tools? Because like we'll use them. We think we'll like buy you a pizza or something. But anyway, as we were talking about side quests, I just wanted to share. I'm like so excited about this. Cool. So I'm Dani. I'm the CEO of Jam. I'm going to show you what we're building with AI. And then I'm going to show you this super cool framework that I learned as a VC for how to predict the future, aka just like think about AI. Are you ready? Okay, so everyone basically raised their hands when we said like who here is an engineer. I used to be a PM, and I will apologize on behalf of all PMs. Have you ever received a Jira ticket that like doesn't actually have enough information for you to repro the bug? I used to create those tickets, and I'm sorry. The problem is when you're the person reporting the bug, you just assume the other person has the context because you're looking at it. And no PM has ever been trained how to like report a bug. And there's no tools. It's all manual. You have to figure out what an engineer might need. And so another PM at Cloudflare and I were like, that's insane. It's modern web development. Let's build a tool that helps PMs like us just give engineers everything they need so no one ever has to hop on a call to debug an issue and no one has to show us how to right click and inspect element ever again. So I'll show you. So this is like a fake pizza ordering site. We really like pizza at Jam. And it doesn't work on purpose because I want to show you how to then report this bug. So we got Jam here. It's like plugged into DevTools, and you can capture a screenshot or record a video. But most people just use this instant replay, which captures the DOM last 30 seconds of what happened, plus all the errors that are in DevTools on the timeline. And then you can just like instantly make a Jira ticket, or just grab like a link to share to send to an engineer. And that contains everything that happened, all the session details, all the console logs, network requests. You can copy as curl, like all the steps to repro, everything. So an engineer doesn't have to ask you a single question. And it's been so crazy over the last 2 years since this has been live. There are now 130,000 people using this. They're creating 500,000 bugs a month, captured with Jam. And so it's been really, really awesome. And then we started seeing something really funny happening, which is people were like copy pasting from the console errors here into Chat GPT. And we're like, whoa, wait, wait. We want to make you faster. And faster means one tab, no context switching. So we brought Chat GPT into Jam. So I'll show you. It's Jam GPT. And it's opt-in for data privacy. It's GPT 4.0 mini. It's so fast now. And basically, we just prompt it with everything we know about the error, so you don't have to. And then it suggests some fixes. It's instead of opening a bajillion Stack Overflow tabs. And then what's cool is then you can just like give it some code. Like I'll just give it this. And it will fix it for you. And we wanted it to kind of feel like an engineer. And so it will also insult you too. Um, so that's what we're building with AI. It's been such a blast. I wanted to share with you this really cool framework I learned as a VC before Jam. So, like all of you building startups, I spent a ton of time thinking about where's this AI thing going. And back when I was a VC, I learned this super cool framework invented by this economist, Carlota Perez. Has anyone here heard of it? Like no one knows it, and it's so amazing. Let me show you. So, okay, it's 2002. It's like peak doom and gloom. .com has burst. We're like here, and everyone's given up on the internet. It's like it was overhyped. It's over. And Carlota Perez publishes a book, and she's like, not only is the web not over, it's just getting started. And she predicts in the next 25 years, the web will change every facet of our society. And of course, that is what happened. But it wasn't obvious at the time. So how did she know? Well, she had just spent 20 years researching the last 5 technological revolutions that have happened in human history. So it's like industrial revolution, steam and railways, it's combustion, automotive, oil, electricity. And she's like, they're all so predictable. They actually all follow the exact same pattern. So what is that pattern? It happens in 4 stages. The first 2 are the installation phase. It's like just getting started. The last 2 are the deployment phase. It's where the technology gets deployed. So stage 1 is like technology is getting invented. Stage 2 is investors hear about it and there's a bubble. The bubble crashes, and that's what separates the 2 phases. Stage 3 is using all of the attention, talent attraction, R&D, investment infrastructure that happened during the bubble. That technology actually gets deployed. And stage 4, it matures, meaning it changes society with its full deployment. And these are real technological revolutions in that they are revolutionary. They change every single thing about society. So like cars, easy example, like the deployment of cars changed where we live, how we live, where we work, what we eat, how we spend our time, how we see friends, how we date. It changed everything about human society. So let's look at an example that we lived through, which is the web. So the web also followed this pattern. The first few decades were it got invented, right? Early universities. Then dot-com bubble, investors got super hyped about it. It crashed. And then over the next 20 years, we connected everything to the web and it fundamentally changed everything about everything. If you think about what happened over the last 20 years, we connected everything to the internet. And by doing so, we changed what we even mean by those things. First, we connected stores to the internet, and now we've changed what we even mean by a store. We connected taxi to the internet, and now we've changed what we mean by ordering a car, right? So over the last 25 years, not only has everything come online, not only has the internet been deployed, it's also completely revolutionized the world. And it is total. It has changed everything about society. It changes where we work, how we learn, what a school is. It changes everything. So the next part of our framework is that each technological revolution leads to the next. As one matures, the next one begins. So as the web is maturing, Gen AI is beginning. And it already seems to be following the same pattern. So the last few decades have been early research. It's just getting started. Recently, you may have noticed the investors caught wind. There's a little bit of a bubble. It will crash, probably. And then what will happen? Well, everything will become AI. We're going to connect AI to everything. It's going to get full deployment. And by doing that, it will change what we mean even by those things. So like one example you might hear a lot about is cars, right? First, cars will have AI, like Waymo. But then once every car has AI, it will change how cars work on the streets and what the street is and how we get around. It will change what we even mean by a car. I predict nap pods on wheels. Or like, here's another one. Like first, right now, what are we doing? We're putting AI in all the software, right? We're just connecting software to AI. But in 25 years, probably AI will change what we even mean by software and how we interact with it. We're putting AI in the search engine, but it will change how we even search for information, like what information really is, right? And so that's what I would predict based on this model. There's only one way to find out. So to be continued at Zoom AI Night 2040. Any questions? Oh, hell yeah. Let me show you. So we built an SDK, so you can add any custom information into the Jam bug report. So you add one line of code and you can just like put in anything. Like most of our users will put in user ID because they're always having to search that in the database, or like experiment IDs. But honestly, developers will just like put in like their Next.js like app state or like MobX state tree, like just put in whatever. And that's in every bug report now. And it has like a really nice like JSON viewer. It's like very pretty and all the things. I'm actually a super AI optimist because I think software engineering is going to become even more fun. Here's what we've seen happen over the last I'm 30. So in the last 20 years of internet is as the tools get better for everyone, as it gets easier to create great stuff, the competition gets fierce and you have to go above and beyond to deliver a great user experience to actually compete in the market. And so all software is going to get smarter. Now, how do you predict what your users want and make it so amazing they spontaneously tell their friends about it? Like, actually, it will take more craft, more thought. I think it's going to be a really, really fun time to be a software engineer, software designer. Like less time doing ops, you're going to have an AI SRE restarting Kubernetes or whatever, and you just get to fix problems with product.